So today's video is kind of like part 2 of a video that I made last year. Some of you might know that every year around Halloween I work as an actor at a haunted house. I say every year, but this is actually only the second year that I've done it. I just assumed that this is gonna be, you know, for the rest of my life, living at home and having one job for 2 months every year. About matches my ambition level, so. Last year I made a video about all the different types of people that I see come through the haunted house, which you can watch here if you haven't seen it yet. So in this video, in a desperate attempt to make my job easier, I'm going to be telling you all the things that you should not do if you're planning on coming through a haunted house this Halloween season. And just for the record, these are all things that have either happened to me or that I have seen happen. So just keep that in mind. So to dive right in, I'm going to start out by saying do not spit in the haunted house. You'd think this one would be self-explanatory, but apparently not. I'm also just gonna go ahead and say do not spit on the actors either. Again, these are all things that I have seen happen. This is a really obvious one, but please try your best to not punch us. I'll just do a little zoomy zoom. You see that little guy right there? That's what happens when you scare a woman with very long fingernails. This actually happened to me last night, and it was an accident. And I understand that when you get scared, sometimes your first reaction is to swing your arms out. Sometimes you might smack someone in the face. It happens, whatever. But just try your best to restrain yourself. You know, keep your hands in your pockets, tie them behind your back, something like that. I don't know, anything. Anything that'll keep you from blinding me would be great. I've seen people get hit before and then the person said, oh, well, you shouldn't have scared me. Do you know where you are? You have to remember that people working in a haunted house are just people doing their jobs. You wouldn't walk into a Burger King and order a Whopper or whatever they sell at Burger King, and then punch the guy behind the counter, and then say, well, that's what you get for giving me a Whopper. You get a Whopper back. Ha! Spitting on people and punching people as a general rule is not okay, unless it's someone who deserves it, like Hitler, or Osama bin Laden, or someone like that. This is probably the most important thing I can say, but please do not show up drunk or high to the haunted house. Now, I am sure that being intoxicated while zombies and monsters are jumping out at you must be very exciting. However, it usually leads to you doing all of the things that I have just mentioned in this video. The haunted house that I work at is very, like, high class. Okay, that sounds really weird to call a haunted house high class. But it is. It's like a very big haunted house, and they're very professional in the way they work. For example, we're not allowed to break character, and we're supposed to try our best to stop people from misbehaving. But this especially sucks for me, because the character that I play every night doesn't talk. The entire section that I work in, everyone is kind of like a demon, and we just make like weird grudge demon noises. Stuff like that, you know. Very sexy noises. And this can become a problem, like for example when a drunk, middle-aged woman wraps me in a bear hug and picks me up off the ground and says she's gonna kidnap me while all of her friends laugh. And I'm not saying that's happened to me, but it has. I'm making a video about the things that people shouldn't do when they go through a haunted house. Do you have any tips for the people watching?
Touch me. Try to have conversations with me. Like last night, one girl, and she just looked at me, and she was like, la la la, and her hand reached out to like caress my face.
A lady skewered my eyeball last night with her fingernail, so I guess that constitutes as a little too much touching. Are you like being attacked by a dragon? Oh, wow. So I have to go to the hospital now, but
You already went.
no, I had to make a video. So yeah, I think that about covers everything. But hopefully this is a good enough Halloween video for you guys. I put a skull here, if you noticed. Set the mood a little bit. Right, Mr. Jackson? Yeah, that's what you get for letting your dog poop on my lawn. But yeah, I actually have to go to the hospital now to make sure that my eye isn't gonna get infected. So wish me luck. Happy Halloween, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna kind of